one thing I will say to you is if I arrive on scene and somebody says to me, I've already checked that, it works, I don't believe them. I always check my own equipment, okay? Because it's my life, isn't it? Yeah? So I then take my canisters. Dependent on what scene you are in, will depend on the canister you get. This is a real life one. So what I would expect when I open my bag is to find it looking like that, still in its foil, not opened. I'm going to check my expiry date, make sure it's in date, just like drugs. Okay? And I'd make sure that it's completely sealed, because otherwise you don't know where it's been. Okay? We don't open these for training because they're around £500 each, just for one canister. Okay? Place your canisters on. What I do is I hold it uppermost, I turn it the wrong way first, because it allows it to drop in. Okay? It stops me cross-threading it. Right? And then just turn it. It only goes hand tight. Okay? There's no need to show me how much time you spend in the gym. Okay? Because if you do that, you'll just break the canister. Okay? So again, place it on top, turn it the wrong way, and you'll see that it just drops into place. And then turn on to that point. I then need this thing, which is a air pressure tester. There are two lines. One says 4 CFM and one says 6 CFM. That means cubic feet per meter. Okay? What that means is I'm getting the right amount of air. At first check, I always want it above 6. Because if I've not started yet, I want it at its highest possible. That's going to degrade over time as the battery goes down or our canisters become full. Okay? So if any point when you're wearing this, if you start to feel it's becoming a little bit more difficult to breathe, get decontaminated, go check it. If it drops below 4, you need new one. Either a new motor or new canisters. Okay? Remove the top cap, place it in so you can see the lines. Okay? There's no point having it that way. Make sure you can see the lines. Then turn it on. What you'll get when you turn it on is you'll get 4 initial beeps. That tells me that it's working. Then kick in, and my little bung rises. Okay? This one's right at the top, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay? So I'd be happy to put that on. Turn it off and remove your filter check. Then attach the Papa tube onto the coupling. Right. Again, anything that screws on, okay, I always turn it the wrong way first because it allows it just to drop in. Okay? Because the last thing I want to do is start trying to force it and then I'll break all the screw threads and it won't work. Okay? But you won't know it's not working until the chemical starts to seep in. Okay? The last thing I do before I start getting dressed is I attach it to my body and adjust it so it fits like that. Okay? It's got to be flat. If I allow it to become loose and it sits like this, that's going to rub and it's going to cut my suit. Okay? And if it doesn't cut my suit, if you've got a big bum like me, that's going to spend the next 2 hours doing this. So I'm going to get a blister underneath. Okay? It becomes very uncomfortable. So always have it flush and at the centre of the back. Okay? Everyone happy with that so far? Good. Once I'm happy that that all works, I place that to one side. Thanks. I'm then going to get my suit. My suit will come in a bag, which again will have an expiry date on it. So check the expiry date. When we don and doff, it's always 2 people. The person that checks the equipment is the person that's going to wear it. Okay? Not the person putting it on them. Okay? So she will now check, that's in the bag. She checks the expiry date's good. Okay? She then opens the bag and takes the suit out. And she's going to check that there's no breaks, no rips, no damage to that suit. Let me know when you're happy. Okay? I wouldn't be, because that suit's ripped. Okay? We're using it for training. One of the people that put it on the other day ripped it. Okay? So for this suit, this is fine. But if I open the bag and it looked like that, I'd want another suit. Okay? Everything should be sealed. Okay? Can you take a seat for me? Okay? Next thing she's going to do is she's going to check that her Wellingtons fit. Are they the right size? Okay? Yeah, put them on. You want to check everything before you actually get dressed. Because if I get dressed completely and I then go out, 10 minutes later my boots don't fit properly, how uncomfortable am I for the next 2 hours? Okay? Bit too big? Okay? Yeah. Then we get the right size. That's the wrong foot. Okay? The important thing with the Papa hood is inside there's a head restraint. I need to put this on my head and tighten that before I start attaching anything. Because what you'll see is when we do it in a moment, it pumps air into it. So it inflates it. If I don't have that on my head tight, my Papa hood's going to inflate off my head. Okay, so we've got to make sure that happens. If we have long hair, in the front pocket of your bags is a little plastic seal bag. Inside there's hair nets. Okay, so get that on, the hairnet on. Okay, otherwise it's just your hair's gonna get in your face and everywhere. Okay, and it becomes quite annoying. As you can see, I don't kind of have that problem. Okay. So once we're happy we've checked everything, we can now start to get dressed. So, sit forward for me. My person, I'm now going to be the second person who's going to help them get dressed. Okay? I'm going to get the suit, I'm going to open it up, I'm going to offer her to put her left leg in. You put your left leg in there, please. And your right leg. I'm going to make sure that her little, sorry if I touch your feet, if you've got ticklish here. Okay? I'm going to make sure, because these ones have little socks in them. Okay? I want to make sure that her toes are all the way to the end of those little socks. Okay? Like so. Then, roll the remainder of the suit up. Like so. Okay? Happy so far? Good. Can you stand up for me? And now, I'm going to lift it above her bottom, and then ask her to sit back down. Sit back down for me. I then give her her welly boots. Okay, push.
Just do something.
Okay. And then pull the suit over the top. Okay? Like so. And the same again. You're loving this, aren't you? Big smile on her face.
Enjoying.
Okay? Make sure they're on. And again, over the top. And stand up. Arm in, please. Again, make sure they're on. On these suits, you'll notice the gloves are built. No, because this glove is built in. Okay? It won't come off. Okay? This suit is a little bit too big for her.
This is which level?
This is your proper level C suit.
C.
Yeah? So these are this is what you will receive from Mr. Hassan if you go to a real incident. Okay?
This is an actual level.
This is an actual level C suit. Okay? Next thing I'm going to do is zip it, but not all the way to the top. Okay, to about that. Okay? And leave this part open. The cape has two parts, an inner and an outer. Okay? I'm now going to get her, put it over her head. I'm not going to take your face mask off because it'll become very uncomfortable with your face mask on. Okay? I'm now going to get her to put it over her head and make sure that the headband is around the head. Okay? I'm then going to cover up her lovely little face. Okay? And this, I do apologise now if I touch anything I shouldn't. Okay? Goes inside the suit. So, once that's inside the suit, I can now zip the suit all the way to the top. I can cover up the Velcro. I pull down. Okay, like so. What that's going to do is when the papa goes on and inflates, that's going to keep along with the head strap, it's going to keep it in place. It's also, if anything drips on you, it's just going to drip down there rather than into the suit. It's double layer protection. Once that's done, I'm going to attach my papa. And then I take, can you just turn around for me? Take the end pipe, push that into the receptacle at the end. Okay, so that. And then, turn it on. What you'll see now is it'll inflate.
No, she's okay.
Happy now?
And if you watch the suit as well, you'll start to see air coming into the suit. Okay?
How about this?
I'm going to show you that in a second. It shouldn't do that. Okay? That's her now, completely covered. Okay? There's a couple more things I need to do before I let her leave. Okay? I always tape any flaps. Okay? So tape any flaps shut, like so. Because we're worried about feet, I tape around the bottom to stop anything accidentally leaking inside.
Even if it's intact from inside?
So,
It's
if,
intact from inside even.
but I still tape them to the boots. Reason being, where hers are too long, what can happen is any liquid will pool inside those little bits. Okay, and that can eat away at the suit. So by taping them down, it doesn't allow that to happen. They just drip straight off. If she didn't have gloves like this,
She should wear long.
I would also
Yes,
tape over the gloves. Okay? So the training suits, as an example, don't have this. If we don't have integral gloves, I'd wear one pair of gloves inside the suit, then put the suit on, second pair of glove goes over the top, and then tape. Okay? And then last thing I'm going to do with my tape, turn around for me. Name,
Ikot daw, Jane.
your safety officer.
Ikot.
Sorry? It's okay, don't worry. That would be tighter if it was hers. Okay? So, name, safety officer may write the time on. The other thing as well is sometimes it's worth putting nurse, doctor, and your speciality. Because I don't know who's in there a lot of the time. So, I may end up asking a porter to put a tube into someone. Okay? So, always have that on there as well. Okay? And on the front. Like so. Don't be tempted to write triage, cutter, decon or anything like that, because if you swap places, it doesn't work. Yeah? Everyone happy with that so far?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we've now decided that she's finished working in the decontamination area. So she's going to leave. What's the first thing she goes through? Decontamination. So she's been decontaminated and she comes to the doffing area. I have my seat ready, but she doesn't sit down just yet. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is remove her papa. Okay. So turn it off, remove the hose. That will now go for decontamination, a more thorough decontamination, because obviously she's breathed into it. Okay? And I'm going to remove the hood by bringing the top over and unzipping the front slightly. Okay? Ready? Then pull it off and over the head.
Careful, the head will be.
And I keep it,
Go off. Get it.
I roll it inside out.
Yeah.
Okay? Like so. That then goes into the bin that would be provided.
Yes.
Okay? I then remove any tape off the zip. Don't remove the tape from the boots or the arms.
Yeah.
Okay? You might need to loosen it, but don't remove it. Goes into the receptacle required. Unzipper. Then I roll the suit off the body. Okay? Don't just pull it off.
Already you are with PPE.
Sorry?
Already you are with PPE also.
Yeah. I would be, if I was working in the doffing area,
Yes.
I would probably wear something like the paper suit, a face mask,
Yes.
and gloves.
And gloves, yeah.
I roll it off the body, so it's always inside out. The gloves, even if I'm not wearing, so if I'm wearing normal gloves, the gloves come off with the suit, not
Yes.
separate. Okay? Then pull it below her bottom, and then say, please sit down. Don't let them sit down till the suit is below the bottom. Because if I do have anything on the suit and I sit down on that chair, it leaks into the chair. Then when I do sit down on it without my suit on, it leaks into me. Okay? And take off, and we take the boots and the suit off together. Okay, so they stay together. Okay? And that all goes into my bin.